My lawyer husband defended his assistant after she killed our baby. My lawyer husband's assistant screwed up again. This time, she let her massive pit bull run wild, knocking down my 7 months pregnant self. I miscarried on the spot. My husband defended her in court once more. The plaintiff provoked the dog, causing it to break free from its leash. The owner cannot be held responsible. Not only was Ashley cleared of all charges, but I was ordered to pay her emotional damages and veterinary bills. Don't be so hard on a young woman. If she actually goes to prison, her whole life would be ruined. After the trial, Ashley posted on Instagram. My personal lawyer Marcus is amazing. Justice prevails. Marcus liked her post right in front of me. I said calmly, let's get divorced. He looked up and laughed dismissively. You're just saying this to make me comfort you. Stop being so dramatic. He never believed I'd actually leave, no matter how many times I mentioned divorce. What he didn't know was that when he was signing the closing statements earlier, I'd slipped in divorce papers. Chapter 1. I said, let's really get divorced. When I repeated the words, the smile finally disappeared from Marcus's face. Jokes should have limits. Is this something to casually throw around? Then he pulled me into his arms with that familiar playful grin. Come on, come on. The baby's gone, no one can bring it back. We'll just have another one. The girl was a bit reckless, sure, but don't hold it against her. I pulled away from his embrace, staring at him in shock. His casual tone made it sound like we'd lost a pet, not the child he'd been eagerly anticipating, our flesh and blood that was almost ready to be born. I just looked at him as the light in his eyes gradually dimmed, the atmosphere turning ice cold. Ashley's sudden appearance broke the tension. It's all my fault for not controlling the dog properly. How about I let my lawyer Marcus spend tonight with you instead of working overtime with me? Aren't I generous? She emphasized my particularly loudly. Ashley leaned forward playfully, batting her big eyes, more like marking her territory than anything else. The dog in her hand bared its teeth at me, as provocative as its owner. I clenched my fists, my throat tight with unshed tears, barely able to breathe. Being so well-behaved today? Marcus patted the woman's head repeatedly, forgiving her on my behalf, thanking her for her magnanimity. No need. My calm voice interrupted their intimate interaction. I was tired of watching and turned to leave, but for once, Marcus didn't look to Ashley for approval. My good wife, I promised to spend time with you. Come on, let's go home. I got in the car and noticed all the decorations and air fresheners in the passenger seat had been changed. I instinctively wanted to ask about it, but Marcus's gaze kept following Ashley as she walked away. The dog bite marks on my body seemed to throb with renewed pain. Marcus turned back to the road and finally noticed the wounds on my arm. You were bitten? Why didn't you say anything? Let's go to the hospital, right? But before we'd gone 2 yards, Ashley called. How could you let her sit in the passenger seat? I gave you 2 minutes to realize your mistake, and you didn't even notice you were wrong? Fine, I'll never ride in your car again. The young woman's petulant voice pierced through the phone before she hung up. Marcus slammed on the brakes. Claire, take a cab to the hospital yourself. When Ashley gets upset, she'll make my life hell for days. Chapter 2. I was kicked out of the car. The man stumbled as he ran back to find Ashley. Ashley was walking her dog, pretending to push him away while accidentally falling into his arms. I said I won't get in. Marcus left the car right there and called the dealership. I don't care about the price, just get rid of it. Every word felt like a needle in my heart. He'd probably forgotten this was the wedding car we'd chosen and designed together. I stood there watching the car being towed away, watching the 2 intimate figures disappear into the distance. I replied to a message that had been waiting for 5 years. Is that position you promised still available? At the hospital, after registering, I waited for my rabies shot. Seeing me alone, the nurse on duty teased. Your husband must have gone to get you some late-night food, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have left you alone. I looked at my phone. I need to help Ashley deworm her dog, we'll be home late. I turned off the screen and smiled without responding. I used to beg for a cat, but he said he was allergic to pet fur. Don't ever mention getting a pet again. Just hearing about it makes me uncomfortable. Now he was texting about deworming a dog. After getting my rabies shot, I went home. As expected, Marcus didn't come home that night. Early the next morning, I went to Marcus's law firm to retrieve the divorce papers that had been taken in the confusion. When the employees saw me, they blurted out, "Isn't this Attorney Graham's ex-assistant?" Someone nudged him, sneering. Hey, be clear about that. Those who know understand Claire is Attorney Graham's former assistant. Those who don't, might think she's his ex-wife. I didn't bother with their mockery. She will be his ex-wife soon. They froze, then burst into laughter. Claire, still upset about the baby? Ashley means more to Attorney Graham than most people. If he hears this, it might come true, and then you'll really be crying. Just being stubborn. Since when do ex-wives come to check up on their husbands? I was breathing unevenly but forced myself to stay calm. Figuring Marcus wouldn't be at the firm for a while, I went straight to his office. Before I could find the papers, Ashley pushed the door open. Oh, stealing something? Only I can enter Marcus's office. Leave now or I'll let my dog bite you. I was used to her two-faced nature and continued searching. Seeing me ignore her, Ashley flew into a rage and released the dog's leash. I panicked completely. Ashley, are you insane? Who told you to bring the dog here? I cowered in the corner as the vicious dog panted and drooled, staring me down. The woman sneered disdainfully. The firm doesn't allow dogs, but I'm the exception. I struggled to stand and run, but the dog grabbed my clothes in its jaws, tearing them to shreds instantly. Ashley doubled over laughing, calling others to come watch. I covered myself, trying to avoid the disgusting, leering gazes. Stop staring. Get the dog away. Just then, Marcus pushed through the crowd, instinctively rushing toward me. Chapter 3. Claire. What happened? Marcus quickly took off his jacket and wrapped it around my exposed body. Seeing me frozen with fear, he looked around. What the hell is going on here? The others kept their heads down, not daring to speak. Ashley stepped forward righteously, pointing at me. Claire was stealing. She wanted to steal the video of the dog knocking her down and causing the miscarriage. I think she wants to send me to prison. She started crying first, playing the victim. Marcus immediately stood up to comfort her, then looked at me with disgust. Isn't that matter already settled? Why are you still holding on to it? If you really wanted justice, you could have talked to me. There's no need for these underhanded methods. The words I wanted to say stuck in my throat. I suddenly laughed bitterly. Justice? As long as Ashley was around, where was there room for justice in his heart? I spoke hoarsely. I don't want justice, I want a divorce. Marcus's brow twitched, and he was about to step forward. But Ashley suddenly screamed. Ah. My baby. Claire, you're so cruel. You poisoned my beloved dog. The dog was lying on the ground convulsing, foam at its mouth. It wasn't me, I didn't. Claire, you've gone too far. Before I could react, a slap landed on my face. A metallic taste spread in my mouth. I looked up in shock. Marcus had actually hit me over a dog. A dog that had killed our child. The harder Ashley cried, the more vicious his gaze became. Go. Get in there and think about what you've done. He pointed at a dog cage nearby. Several employees understood and grabbed me without mercy, deliberately pulling off the only jacket covering me. Marcus. I watched as he carried the dog in one arm and led Ashley with the other, leaving without looking back. The employees who worshipped Ashley became even more brazen in their mockery. The Graham family changed long ago. Our Princess Ashley is Attorney Graham's real favorite. You should learn your place. A male employee reached his greasy hand into the cage, leering. Though you're past your prime, you've got quite the body. Let me get a good look. I shrank back and spat at him. The man grabbed my hair, full of contempt. Still think you're somebody? When Attorney Graham dumps you, you won't even find another man. From now on, you can be the watchdog here. Woof woof woof. Ha ha ha. I slumped against the cage in complete despair, feeling all my strength drain away. My phone outside the cage kept pinging with Ashley's taunting messages. Marcus is holding a funeral for my dog. So sad, your dead baby didn't even get this treatment, did it? Is the dog cage comfortable? I just wanted you to know you're nothing but my dog. I hadn't eaten or drunk anything for half a day and had no energy to care about the contemptuous looks. But Ashley escalated, bringing people to live stream, letting more people see my humiliation. You didn't think I'd let you off that easily, did you? Otherwise my dog would have died for nothing. Facing several phone cameras, I frantically pressed against the cage. Ashley, this is illegal. As soon as I spoke, other colleagues cheered. Ashley, look. 7,000 people just joined the stream. Looks like Claire's about to be famous. Chapter 4. They showed me the live stream comments. This is sick. Attorney Graham's wife is a bitch in a cage. Haha, those have to be at least C cups if not D. What a treat for the guys. No wonder her husband won't defend her. Who knows whose kid it was anyway. She deserved it. I shook with rage, lunging at them like a madwoman. Click. I broke open the cage door, using all my strength to slap Ashley across the face. But unfortunately, Marcus saw it all. Claire, what are you doing? He violently pushed me away. You're this old and hitting a young girl? This time I was exposed in front of everyone, and he showed no concern. He only checked Ashley's swollen face. Marcus, I was just following your instructions to live stream for the firm's publicity. I didn't expect Claire to react so badly. She really doesn't like me being your assistant, doesn't like me being around you too. Maybe I should just die. The woman broke free from Marcus's embrace and ran toward the window. Outside was a 100-foot drop. Marcus panicked, his usually steady voice trembling. Ashley, don't do anything stupid. How could Claire compare to you? We all love you. Ashley stood in the wind, suddenly smiling through her tears, asking coquettishly yet seriously. Between Claire and me, who comes first? Marcus hesitated slightly, but gave the answer I already expected. You. You're first. Even so, my heart still clenched painfully. 5 years of marriage couldn't compete with one Ashley. Since I'm first, make her apologize to me. Otherwise, I'll be too embarrassed. Marcus looked at me hesitantly, draping his jacket over my shoulders, compromising. Just apologize to her. Could you bear to watch her jump? Tears streaming down my face, I suddenly smiled. The one who truly couldn't bear it was obviously him. Do you know what she just did? She. Marcus's face darkened, losing patience with me. Hurry up. I could see he was truly angry. I closed my eyes with a bitter smile, then knelt on the ground, kowtowing to Ashley repeatedly. I'm sorry. The proud girl jumped down from the window ledge, leaning against Marcus. Fine, I'll be magnanimous and forgive Claire. But I'm punishing you to take me abroad for 5 days and nights. Marcus smiled indulgently. All right, 5 days and nights it is. Blood from my forehead blurred my vision. His last mercy was placing the jacket back on my shoulders. Marcus took Ashley to the airport while everyone else dispersed. I found the divorce papers and signed my name. Finally, it was all over. For the next 2 days, Ashley's Instagram was very active. They watched the northern lights together, climbed mountains, marked places as theirs. Marcus kept sending messages. Claire, I had no choice that day. If I hadn't said that, Ashley would have jumped. I'm sorry. I'll properly apologize when I get back. I even bought you a gift. I'll bring it when I return. But Marcus, I don't want your sorry or you anymore. Marcus abroad seemed to sense something and cut the trip short by 2 days. He took the earliest flight home. But the moment he opened the door, he froze completely. Chapter 5. Why is the house so empty? Marcus looked around. Everything related to Claire had vanished. The housekeeper hurried forward, stammering. Madam, suddenly said she had urgent business abroad and took all her things. Marcus immediately checked his phone, thinking he'd missed Claire's messages. But opening the screen, Claire hadn't replied to him at all. Did she say where she was going? The housekeeper shook her head. Marcus clicked his tongue anxiously, wanting to call and ask. But all he got was the cold, automated response. The number you have dialed is temporarily unavailable. Messages showed he was blocked. Marcus completely panicked. In 5 years of marriage, Claire had never blocked him. Never ignored any of his messages. Watching him dial repeatedly, Ashley's eyes gleamed. I bet Claire went abroad to find us. Marcus thought that was possible. He was about to rush out when Ashley grabbed him. Are you going to keep indulging her like this? First she killed my dog. Then she hit me. After her fake apology, she stalked us. Keep indulging her and she might kill me. The woman tugged at Marcus's fingers, tears of fear in her eyes. Claire wouldn't do that. But you're right. If she really followed us, that is pretty unreasonable. Let's give her a day to cool off. Hearing this, Ashley secretly smiled triumphantly. Marcus held Ashley, but his worry for Claire weighed on his heart, impossible to shake. He promised to give Claire 1 day. But the next 24 hours felt like years. Claire still hadn't called back. On his way home from work, Marcus passed a pet store. He remembered Claire's pleading eyes. Marcus, I really want my own kitten. I promise I'll take good care of it. Please. But he found it troublesome and refused, claiming allergies. That day he'd gone to Ashley's to deworm her dog and reported it honestly. But after sending that message, he felt guilty. Claire was sensitive. She'd definitely overthink it. Walking into the pet store, he chose a white odd-eyed cat. Deliver it to this address the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow was their 5th wedding anniversary. Your wife will be thrilled to see this cat. Marcus smiled softly. He could already see Claire's excited face. Returning home, he found the place transformed. Contractors were rearranging furniture. Ashley stood directing them. What's going on? The woman turned, acting like the lady of the house. I don't like the original style. I want to change. Halfway through, she noticed Marcus's ugly expression. Who gave you permission to do this? This is mine and Claire's home, not yours. Ashley flushed with anger, grabbing a document from the coffee table. You're yelling at me over your ex-wife. Chapter 6. Hearing ex-wife, Marcus felt like he'd been struck. He lunged forward, snatching the document from her hands. The words divorce agreement glared back at him. The man's face went white. What is this supposed to mean? Ashley, who allowed you to make this kind of joke? Marcus's eyes were bloodshot. Ashley froze in place, frightened. Look for yourself. It has your signature and Claire's. Marcus frantically flipped to the last page. His ears rang. I never signed this. How could he sign divorce papers? Claire wouldn't either. Every time she threatened divorce over Ashley, she never meant it. But this time. He suddenly remembered Claire going to the copy room during the trial. His most recent signature was on the closing statements that day. No, Claire wouldn't bear to divorce me. In an instant, the divorce papers were shredded. Seeing Marcus's extreme reaction, jealousy peeked in Ashley's eyes. What's so great about Claire? She's already left you. Before she finished speaking, a slap landed hard on her face. Marcus's chest heaved wildly, his eyes rimmed red. Nonsense. When did Claire ever say she didn't want me? Say another word and I'll tear your mouth apart. Ashley covered her face in tears, looking at him in disbelief. In her years as Marcus's assistant, she'd never seen him this hostile toward her. Her confidence shattered instantly. Marcus completely lost control, shouting at the contractors. Get out. All of you. Now. They quickly dropped the furniture and fled. Who told you to touch anything in this house? Claire and I bought all this furniture when we got married. Ashley suddenly didn't understand. She could monopolize Marcus's passenger seat, have him at her beck and call. But anything involving Claire seemed untouchable. She'd underestimated Claire and overestimated herself. You get out too. The roar brought Ashley back to reality. Marcus, why? You used to like me so much, and now just because Claire left, you treat me like this. It's not fair. Marcus grabbed her collar, smiling condescendingly. My indulgence doesn't mean. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't mean I don't love my wife. Just then, the firm's PR department messaged him. The official livestream account had been banned. He frantically clicked on the attached video. In it, Claire was nearly naked in a dog cage being tormented. She begged them humbly to stop degrading her. The livestream comments were increasingly vicious. And holding the phone live streaming was Ashley. No, Marcus, let me explain. Marcus's veins bulged as he slapped her twice. Bitch. You bullied Claire first, why did you frame her? The woman crashed hard into the coffee table, glass shattering everywhere. Shards embedded all over Ashley's body, her white clothes instantly stained red. She weakly called for help. Marcus kicked more glass shards at her, spraying them across her body. He didn't look at Ashley again, grabbing his suitcase and getting in the car. To the airport. Chapter 7. Before I became a housewife, I'd always worked at my childhood friend Ethan Cross's company. When he learned I was choosing to return to family life. Though regretful, he still left me an out. If you want to come back, I'll always have a position for you. That promise gave me tremendous courage. Arriving in Seattle, I smoothly joined the company. Marcus is too much. As a lawyer and husband, he failed at both roles. Is he even a man? Ethan said indignantly. Should I? No. I shook my head. With his current power, he could completely destroy Marcus's firm. But I never wanted any connection with Marcus again. Never seeing him again was my best liberation. After some adjustment, I officially became the administrative department manager. At the celebration party, other colleagues sighed. If Claire hadn't given up everything for Marcus, she'd have succeeded long ago. Why wait until now? Who knew he wouldn't cherish her, hurting his wife like that for his mistress? What a bastard. Someone drunk raised their glass boldly. Cheers. From now on, none of us will love anyone. I clinked glasses and downed the whole thing. Only Ethan didn't toast. I was puzzled when I heard others whispering. Our CEO Ethan can't toast. His heart's been waiting for his first love. Of course he can't not love. I was about to gossip when Ethan's face suddenly turned red to his ears. He sipped his drink awkwardly. After several rounds, I got up to use the bathroom. Taking a deep breath, I felt unprecedented relaxation. Those 5 years of marriage had only brought me oppression. I touched up my makeup in the mirror and saw that familiar face. What are you doing here? After 3 months, Marcus had become thin, exhaustion in his eyes. Claire, I searched every country we'd been to and couldn't find you. I thought I'd never see you again. If I hadn't bribed Ethan's employees, I'd never have found this place. Marcus cried pitifully, eyes red. I packed my makeup without looking up. So? Why go through all this trouble to come here? If Ashley sent you to see me humiliated, I'm afraid you'll both be disappointed. I'm doing great. Before I finished, Marcus rushed over and hugged my waist, shaking his head through sobs. No, I was worried about you. I know everything Ashley did to you. Don't worry, I'll never protect her again. He swore earnestly. It reminded me of his touching vows at our wedding. Claire, I just want to love you properly forever. I'll never betray you. The sincere tears in his eyes, the cheers from the audience, had drawn me in. But that promise wasn't kept. Just like what he'd just said, equally untrustworthy. I smiled mockingly. Save those lines for naive girls. I'm not stupid enough to believe you repeatedly. Marcus, we're really over. Chapter 8. Through the mirror, I saw his dejected eyes. He gradually let go, stepping back. Claire, I know I've done many things wrong. You have every right to be angry. But I don't understand. You used to forgive me. Why did you trick me into signing divorce papers this time? Forgive? I don't think I ever said I forgave him. I remembered 2 years ago when Ashley mixed up case files, costing the firm over $300,000. Marcus casually forgave her. Young girls can be a bit scatterbrained. Just remind her to be careful next time. I couldn't understand his magnanimity and gave him the cold shoulder for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, he came back playing nice, saying he'd never help Ashley again. But the next time, he still protected her unconditionally. Again and again. I didn't forgive him, I was just exhausted. Pulling my thoughts back, I turned around. Marcus, my disappointment in you accumulated over time. I'm not a doormat. I can't take it anymore. Marcus pulled out his phone, showing me a photo. In it, Ashley was covered in bloody gashes, her face disfigured. Don't you believe me now? I really don't like her anymore. Even if she died in front of me now, I wouldn't blink. I laughed speechlessly. What does that have to do with me? With that, Ethan knocked on the door, signaling me to come out. Marcus grabbed me directly, warning. Please don't go with him, I forcibly pried his fingers off, taking Ethan's arm and leaving with everyone. Just outside, Ashley, wrapped in bandages, charged at us. We all jumped in shock. Claire, where are you hiding Marcus? Why won't he answer his phone or reply to messages? It's all your fault, you bitch. The woman lunged at me with bared claws. Ethan pushed her away with one hand. Ashley's wounds split open, and she screamed in pain. The next second, she saw Marcus chasing after us. Marcus, they're ganging up on me. Sue them and send them all to prison. Without a word, Marcus kicked her hard. The one who should go to prison is you. If not for you, Claire wouldn't hate me, wouldn't divorce me. Ashley lay on the ground, breathing weakly. No, I don't want to go to prison. Claire, I'll take you down with me. With that, the woman suddenly pushed herself up and lunged at me like a madwoman. Marcus quickly grabbed her. In the struggle, he pushed her toward traffic. Ah! Ashley's piercing scream filled the air. With a bang, she was hit by a truck and knocked into the river. Marcus panicked completely, unable to believe what he saw. I didn't kill her, it really wasn't me. Ethan immediately called the police. As we were leaving, Marcus knelt and grabbed my pant leg. Claire, please, testify that I didn't push her on purpose. I kicked him away. Give false testimony? Do you hear what you're saying? When you defended a dog over our child's life, now you should pay the price. With that, our group left together. Later I heard Marcus went to prison for murder. Evidence of his years of false testimony for Ashley was also collected by Ethan. The large law firm was shut down overnight. Marcus called countless times from prison, begging to see me. I only went once, to give him the divorce certificate. Seeing it, he finally realized he'd truly lost everything and broke down screaming. Meanwhile, my career flourished. At the celebration party for landing a major contract, Ethan publicly confessed to me. I smiled and took the bouquet from his hands, throwing myself into his arms amid the cheers. What I believed in wasn't his promise of forever, but my own. Rebirth from the ashes. The end.